Kimbo Kimbo, Dayo Dayo, Molweni Abantwana Abanguni, Nusiemi Betwabu Mbote, Mpo Salama Watoto wa Mungu. Yes, depending on where you are, I greet you as you had Africa my beginning, Africa my end. And today we have the pleasure of being joined by the artist behind this beautiful composition that celebrates Ubuntu, the one and only Kulani Mabobo. Greetings, brother.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. How are you, sir?
It is well with me. It is well with me. So, my brother, what was the inspiration behind this beautiful song? You know, you call it Africa My End. And the lyrics, they speak for themselves.
Or you're talking about the inspiration behind the song. The inspiration behind the songs actually stems from I was watching this other documentary called The Forgotten Children of Zimbabwe. So it was published by BBC, I think. Yeah, so it was like in conjunction with the time of like the 2010 World Cup. So it was a rush of thoughts, or maybe I would say maybe it was visions, because it's actually talking about exactly like this time. Because if you check, my album is Inner Look 13, so it's exactly 13 years from its publishing. So I think this is the reckoning of Africa, the end of slavery, mental slavery. Sorry, sir, I lost your audio. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. In your song, you talk about bring back Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Ubuntu is lost? Have we lost the path? And if so,
yeah, definitely.
What do you think is necessary as Africa?
Yeah, definitely. Ubuntu has, we've lost like our hegemony as African people. That is one thing that I can see, because you see people live like Europeans, some live like the Chinese, some live like the Americans. So even when I was like I was doing communication with UNISA, University of South Africa, so I encountered some media studies in there. So, but my problem is they were not talking about Africanism. So it led me to like think widely about the African context and who is thinking about African people. And I by the time I tried to use my voice to liberate the African minds. So Ubuntu, yes, it's lacking, because even the xenophobic violence that once happened here in South Africa, it happened to people from Mozambique, and people from Mozambique mostly speak Tsonga. I'm speaking Tsonga South African, so it really like reached deep into my heart. It affected me in a way that I could write those lyrics and express them. If you can listen to the lyrics, at the beginning, I'm talking about like there's brother killing brother and reason being pigmentation of the skin, because people will look at a person and say this one is of a darker complexion, which means they are not South African, so they will victimize the person.
Indeed, my brother. Indeed, my brother. So, according to you, you believe in a borderless Africa.
Yes, yeah, I believe in a borderless Africa because when I trace back my own ancestry, in the 17th century, my maternal, my maternal grandmother's side, I think it's maybe 4 generations above her. They came from Mozambique, escaping war from the. I think the Portuguese were advancing towards where the Tsonga people were living by that time. So in that village, only 3 people survived, and one of those people gave back to my paternal grandmother. Yeah. So that's how really I relate to this struggle.
And is this something that you intend to keep this activism alive in your music, or this was a one-time of thing? Because your music is very Afrocentric, and it's music that if you listen to the vibration in that music is very, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just something else. You know, I enjoy your music, so I don't
Yeah,
want
yes,
to.
I understand because I think it was 2000 and I don't exactly remember the timeline, but I think it's 2018 somewhere there. I released the video. So I had this other friend of mine from Venezuela. That guy was like a DJ on national TV in Venezuela, and coincidentally, an uprising came about during exactly the very same time that guy was like playing my song in clubs and things like that, whereas the economy was going bad. They were one of the very few people who were still working by that time. So it was a similar thing that happened in Zimbabwe. So that's when I realized, so no, it means like this song is contemporary. It will live, it will outlive, it will outlive my art, actually. So even if I don't release any other song, the message is contemporary.
So, and I must know because you speak boldly. Uh, does Kulani Mabobo have any fear as far as
Yeah,
the
I do
African
have,
continent is concerned?
as far as the African continent is concerned. Uh, if you have been,
You may answer on a personal note and on a general note. Thank you.
okay, okay. If you can check like the recent like political let me say can I say diplomacy, or can I say malign influence by the United States? Uh, what's going on is Africa is under attack. Afrocentrism is under attack. It's a hegemony. It's a war of hegemony happening inside our very own households. Because you see, recently, uh, Donald Trump is talking a lot about rare earth elements. The rare earth elements which are found abundantly in Congo and also in South Africa. So my fear is we have a lot of children, we have a lot of youth here, and I fear that our youth won't be able to experience freedom like we did, because it seems like we are going back to slavery. Because we want to benefit from this, we are vocal about it. I've been saying it in my song, "Claim Back the Land." And when we talk about the land, you see what happened. Yeah? You see what happened. The white people went to America and told Donald Trump that they have been forcefully removed from our land. You understand? And we never even had a chance to use that land for almost 400 years, 500 years. So I fear, I fear that our kids might go through further slavery, hegemony wise.
And the culture is quickly eroding, and we are seeing the same youth ape a lot of the Western culture. And here we have ensembles like Festac trying to keep
Mm,
that culture alive.
mm, mm, mm.
How are you integrating your art and the message and preserving the message in a language they understand? Because you see, we are coming from a generation that we understand what discipline is. We understand what it is to be thrashed by our parents. So, how are you integrating that in your art?
Uh, it's quite difficult because let's talk about this song Africa My End. uh, I've released this song in 2013 and it barely got airplay. So and I figured out that it means maybe I'm being blackballed because of the message that I'm expressing in the song, because it's obvious. uh, all the sponsors on TV, they are selling alcohol to our kids, they are selling sex to our kids, they're selling condoms, and I'm here talking about people coming together, people being pure. uh, Obviously, I'm not gonna make a living out of that because I'm speaking about the very same investment that is sponsoring the entertainment industry. So it has been quite difficult for people to go against the American hegemony or the European hegemony using songs, because the moment you release a song that goes against their message, you are going to be blackballed from the industry. Only songs about sex, only songs about alcohol, only songs about nothing are the ones that are getting airplay out there. So you can't really survive.
Yes, indeed, and it's a sad thing because if you get to listen to the song, the message is strong, the message is clear, the message is way forward.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, the most airplayed song, uh, 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 I had a chart topping song. It was talking about alcohol, weed, sex. So I was doing some sort of like social experiment consciously, because the song came after Africa My End, but still Africa My End is the one that outlives the song because the message has not been held.
Sorry, what is the title of the song?
Or the other song Zilo. Yeah, the other song is Nzilo, and then the other one is Katiti Mela. Yeah, you see exactly that one. Listen to the crowd there. Hmm?
That is Zilo by
Yeah,
Kulani Mabobo. Another great track. I after this I have to definitely go and listen to it and listen to it again because and you have to forgive me for this. You know, I use a lot of Africa My End on a lot of the presentations we do. You know, we don't do this for commercialization. It's an amazing song and we have to put it out there. So if I have to know this, and this is a question. This is going to sound like a very strange question. If if you are to identify with a spirit animal, what animal best describes you? A wild animal.
mm. Yeah, 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 there you caught me off guard. But one thing that I can see, an elephant. Yeah, an
Why then
elephant.
it remembers?
And an elephant is actually like the totem of my people. My people never killed elephant. When I was reading like Asian texts, I think during the times of colonialism, these white people used to document a lot of anthropological work about our forefathers giving way to Christianity and whatnot. So in that text, I read a certain it was, I think it was a song actually. So since our people were under like maybe sometimes slavery, sometimes colonialism, so they used a lot of fables to hide like their identity and to preserve the messages and to tell history. So one of the songs was emphasizing that when you see an elephant, you shouldn't kill it, you just let it pass. And when I this other it's actually an African ceremonial X, an African ceremonial X. It's a Tsonga X, a ceremonial Tsonga X, the last of its kind. It was on eBay. That X, it had a symbol of a of an elephant trunk, and that trunk turned into a serpent. Yeah, so that's my totem.
And since we have you here, and you are the one with the information. We see the Mono Mutapa.
Munu Mutapa, Munu Wamsaba.
Yes, and I'll have you know on this end we have Mwene, which are very phonetically similar, and as you know, the channel is based off sub-Saharan Africa in whole, and those of African descent. What lessons have you taken from? Because I know you are educated, I know you're well researched. What lessons have you gotten from the history of your people that you can give to the rest of Africa?
One thing that I can see, but it's this is according to me. This is according to me. There is a hidden state, a hidden African empire, greater than any empire that I can think of. They can talk about Mansa Musa. They can talk about whoever they want to talk about the African continent, but they never talk about the Azanian state, the Azanian empire, the empire of the Bantu. Because I've read so many books about African history, different perspectives, Arabic perspective, Chinese perspective, European, whichever that you can think of. And one thing that I've realized is that the Chinese say for sure, you know this since you from Kenya. You know, the Chinese have been trading with the Kenyan people, or let me say the Zanj people. So the Zanj people is
everywhere.
Yeah, so the Zanj people are the Azanian people. They're from the Munu Mutapa kingdom. Munu, it's actually a person in Tsonga. It's the same as Bantu.
And in Kikuyu that means the belonging to Mwene.
Munu.
Munu Mutapa, and here we would say Mwene Mutapa.
So okay.
No, you go. You are responding. You are responding.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is, and one thing that I figured out is that a lot of things happened in Mozambique long before the Portuguese came around, long before the English came about. But when we look at history, they only talk about the European side of history. They never talk about the times whereby the Africans could sail from East Africa and deliver gold and a giraffe to the Chinese. It's there in Chinese history. They don't talk about Zhonghe. So I think it's time for introspection. It's time for the Azanian kingdom to rise again. They don't talk about the Zanj revolution. Do you know this? Have you read about the Zanj revolution?
Please educate us, because you are the one. I told you, you're the tree and I have to throw stones, and that is why you're sharing this with us.
Okay, so the Zanj revolution happened in Iraq, whereby they say it was a mixture of slaves, Bantu slaves, and also like Asian slaves. They were enslaved there in the 900s. There, they were enslaved there to I think it's farming. It's farming what they always enslave us to do, and to modernize the place. So after some time, there were plenty of us there. So they ended up revolting and taking over Iraq. Yeah. So they don't talk about such things because they know it's gonna empower black people. They don't talk about Hannibal.
Indeed,
Yeah.
they never talk about his trek through the Caucasus Mountains
Mm.
and his conquest. That is because that's why it's called his story. You know, the story is coming from their perspective. You know, the conqueror always wants to tell history, and that is why the name of this channel is re-education. Every guest that comes here is an educator. You know, they have qualified in their own measure, and they resonate with the message. And like you see, this song Africa my beginning, Africa my end, it might not get airplay in mainstream media, because you know they are commercial, as you say. But with platforms like Festac, you know, we are talking about African renaissance, about celebrating who we are as African. And I believe these are the best platforms to showcase this, because you find the crowd that attends these occasions is seeking nothing but one Africa, you know, things that Gaddafi is trying, things that Traore and the likes are doing. And even though those Western puppets that are in power, you know, they don't want to let that go. So, what do you think music can do to change the political scene, the political understanding of our people? You as an artist, not anything else that has been done by anybody, but we are talking to you, Kulani Mabobo.
Mm. Music reaches a place where most newspapers can't reach. It talks to the feelings of the listener. So I think with commitment and budgets and platforms like this ones, can actually like change a lot of minds. Oh, okay. Though this was not done by myself, but there's this other artist from, I think, from Senegal, Jaffa Koli. This other song, just that I can't read French, but it talks about like what's happening right now. And I think people like Traore gets the courage from Fakoli, because in one of his meetings was even like handshaking with Fakoli. So, but since you see our country is a small democracy, so you must treat our elders like 30-year-olds who are still going like their first divorce, who are still getting retrenched for the first time. You see, yeah. There will come a time whereby they must reach rock bottom, and then they learn uh, now to have their own gardens to feed themselves. You see, and their kids will be teenagers soon. You understand? Yeah. So don't take so take our leaders as like young adults who are still learning, since our democracy is just 30 something years old. So I think maybe one day in future, a leader will embrace people like me, who have been speaking in times where people in these times where people are being censored, where people are being blackballed for speaking the truth. You understand? Yeah.
And a beautiful, beautiful mind. Only a beautiful mind can bring out these ensembles. And I can't imagine it took this long for us to have this sitting. But I know it's
Yeah.
because of the technicalities, and you've had your endeavors, I've had mine. But I'm
Yeah.
also grateful that you finally took the time to have a sit down. I've always wanted to break down this song. It's a song that is dear to me. It's a song that moves me. It's a song that I love pushing out there because I resonate with the message, I resonate with the vibration. So
Mm.
I am very grateful for the opportunity to interview you, and it's very humbling. So, Kulani Mabobo, what is the one thing you want to be remembered for?
Um, I want people to remember the soul in my music. Never mind the face. Never mind what I did. I want people to remember the soul in the music, the message. Whenever it hits home, they should remember me then. That's all.
Precise and to the point. Precise and to the point. Precise and to the point. And we are all about reclaiming our land. Africa, we are Africans, and Africa is our business. We are no longer
we got
we are
we get
Africans, and
blackballed there.
Africans is our business. So when it concerns Africa, we will speak about it. We will not fear. We will not cower away. Just like those before us, we do it
Mm,
not for the views. We do it for the message, because the message always gets to those it is intended to get to. I
mm.
I really hope that 2025 becomes the first year that um, Africa, My Beginning, and those other ensembles that you've
Yeah,
done
yeah, it's already
also be
happening. It's
heard.
already happening. It's already happening. Joshua Maponga just discovered Europe now.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, Europa and but that is Marara for you. That is Nkosi Marara for you.
I,
Of
I,
course
I
he
wish
was
that
going to. Of course, he
I
was
wish
going
that
to
guy
be the one
was
to
championing
discover.
the song. I wish that guy was championing the song.
Yeah, well, I'll try and reach out to him. He's busy right now,
Yeah, and reach out.
re-educating
I wish
the, the, the grave robbers.
I wish you can also like come to South Africa and sit down with DJ's Boo. Have you met DJ's Boo?
Not yet, not yet. But we are all about networking. We are all about networking. Like I do have very many contacts in South Africa, as you would know. Actually, even the festival director for Festac, the good the good indomitable Pega Lenolo. He's from South Africa. The film coordinator Nomi Mzamane is also from South Africa. I interview a lot of people from South Africa. Yes, South Africa is on the to-do list. We definitely have to come. I love meeting the people I interview. I don't believe there's anybody I've interviewed I I have no intentions of meeting. Of course, I would love to also come and attend your live performances. So yes, that is very much on the itinerary. So perhaps now you can a message to those attending Festac 2025 in Ghana, Accra. People that believe that Africa deserves her shine, that the mother continent deserves the glory that she has lost in the years past. So, your platform.
Yeah, I think people should come out in numbers and support the reunification of Africa. We are about to shape the future and create a hegemony that will teach our children about where we come from and where we should go as a people. Because at the moment, we are just saving other nations. We are saving other hegemonies to the point that we can't even develop our own economies. Uh, our colonizers own all our sources of information, all the platforms. So we can't really like create a narrative and take it out there. But in this era of social media, I believe the power is in each and every one of us. Yeah, let's unite. Africa, my end. Ubuntu.
Umuntu, Ubuntu, Gabantu. So, with your
Yeah,
permission, let us just listen to the song one more time because they have. This is a message. This is a message. Yes, taking us out. That is Africa My End, Ubuntu by Kulani Mabobo. On YouTube, you can follow and subscribe to Kulani Mabobo. Listen to his music, share his music. Let Africa hear this message because it is an important message. It is a message of unity. It is a message of oneness. And this is what First Stack is all about, bringing Africa on one stage so that we can celebrate who we are. And Ubuntu is one of these principles. The preservation of our culture is one of these principles. It's amazing. It only happens on Bantu Re-Education. For the first time, we've had Kulani Mabobo in person. We've had to brave network issues and all that, but you've had it from the horse's
And load
mouth.
shedding as well.
And load shedding, of course, as you can see, he's in the dark, but that is what we do. We do it with a passion. We do it for Africa because umuntu, umuntu, gabantu. I am because you are, because we are. So see you. We'll keep doing this. The series continues on the road to First Stack. We continue meeting these great men and women of Africa that are championing the message of oneness.
Done.
Stand by and out.
All right. Thank you, sir.